share some basic search techniques with you. We'll zoom through billions and billions of web pages using the Google search engine. I believe it's one of the best. And we'll enter the keywords, and this is going to force these keywords to come back on the results from the Google search. Now you're going to use whatever surname that you're interested in. We won't use the keyword surname. I'm going to use Ragan, my surname, or my last name. Do a Google search, and there's the results. Well, there is the most common misspelling of the word genealogy is genealogy. People enter that all the time, and I've seen it even on computer programs in the discount bins at the office supply stores. And so if we do a search for Ragan genealogy, it'll say, did you mean that? Well, yeah, I did, but there are plenty of results that have the misspelling. Now look at this. I've got the surname and the phrase family tree. The term family tree is searched just as much as the word genealogy, the keyword genealogy on the internet. Now look at this. It's got a quotation mark, and then it's got family tree in there, and it has an end quotation mark. There's no spaces between the two words on the ends, but there's a space in the middle there. What this does is it searches for an exact phrase. If I put in Ragan family tree without these quotes, it might pull up pages for the Ragan family or something, or he chopped down a cherry tree or whatever. This forces it to look for family tree. So you search for family tree, you get plenty of genealogy results to do with this surname and family trees. A good search to do. Now let's take a look at this search. You don't want to get too broad in the search, but this is certainly a good way to cover all bases. I've got Ragan genealogy, and then I've got OR, and the OR is in capital letters. If this is not in capital letters, your results are going to not be the same, and they're not going to be very good. And you should keep all your keywords in lowercase letters except for the OR. In this case, I'm going to look for Ragan genealogy or family tree, and you see how it's in the phrase, or genealogy, the misspelling. So I'm going to cover all three at once. This way we cover the surname, looking for the term genealogy, or the phrase family tree, or the misspelling of the word genealogy. This is a good search to do. So remember that you can use the OR. It's a Boolean operator for what it's worth, and you can cover a lot of ground and find a lot of things for whatever surnames you're researching for with this method. Here's another interesting search using the OR operator. Good terms to use in genealogy are from vital statistics, which of course is when you were born, when you died, when the ancestors were married. And so if you do a search with your surname and the term is born or died or married, again it covers a lot of ground, and do a search, you will get a lot of genealogy results from the Google search. When you're searching for your genealogy information, you're going to have results come up that you're really not interested in, or may not even be pertinent to genealogy at all. And there's a way to get rid of those or to exclude those. Let's use this as an example. I've done a search for Ragan genealogy. Here are the results here. Now, my name is Robert Ragan, and I've got a lot of stuff on the internet to do with genealogy. One of them is the Treasure Maps website, and a lot of people point to that. So you'll see a lot of that there. The domain that is on is called amberskyline.com. So there's one. Also, one of my flagship genealogy courses is called Pajama Genealogy. So there's Pajama Genealogy. So there's 3 out of the top 10 results here that have to do with me and my different websites. And of course you need to go see those. But for example's sake, I want to show you how to get rid of those. What you'll do to fine-tune your searches as you see the results is you can enter the minus sign and the keyword, and that's going to force that to be excluded. It's not going to be on there, so it'll get rid of that for you. And notice there is no space between the minus sign and whatever the keyword is. Now if you did minus Robert, that might not be good, because I'm sure there's plenty of people named Robert on genealogy results that you may want to see if you're interested in researching the Ragan genealogy line. Well, but minus Pajama, the Pajama course, minus amberskyline.com, let me move this over. You could get rid of any domain that comes up if you want to, and of course minus Treasure Maps, and this is in a phrase, the Treasure Maps site. So if you do a search like that, watch what happens. Well, all that's gone. And so don't be afraid to do a search, examine the results, and then search again using the minus sign to exclude your keywords.